Welcome to Decoded Daily. This episode is brought to you by Idea Data. Want to stay ahead in AI and tech? Try Idea Data. Join thousands of professionals in AI, tech, and business from Fortune 500 companies like IBM, MetLife, Amazon, and more. Get smarter on AI tech and new markets with our newsletter. The link is in the show notes. Okay, so today we're going to do a deep dive into some fascinating trends that are shaping the future, especially when it comes to AI, but also concerns about security and how these trends are impacting the food we eat and the money we manage.
That's delicious.
Yeah, we've got some interesting articles and research on this, and you might be surprised by what's cooking, so to speak.
You know, it's interesting to see how these seemingly separate areas, AI, security, food, and finance, are becoming increasingly intertwined. Watching this complex dance unfold with each element influencing the others.
Absolutely. One thing that really caught my eye was how countries are vying for leadership in the tech world. Singapore, for example, is going all in on what they call deep tech ecosystems. We're talking robotics, AI, advanced manufacturing, really complex, cutting-edge stuff.
What's fascinating about Singapore's approach is their laser focus. They're not trying to be everything to everyone. Instead, they've identified specific niches within deep tech where they can truly excel.
Yeah.
Like developing AI-powered solutions for healthcare and urban planning. It's a strategic move to become a global leader in those areas.
Right. And it seems to be working. They're attracting top talent and fostering a collaborative environment that's really driving innovation. But they're not the only ones in the game. India is also making waves, particularly in AI and renewable energy.
Exactly. India has a massive pool of tech talent and a rapidly growing digital economy. They're leveraging those strengths to develop AI applications for everything from agriculture to customer service. And their investments in solar and wind power are positioning them as a leader in sustainable energy solutions.
It makes you wonder how this global tech race will play out. Will we see different countries specializing in certain areas, or will there be intense competition across the board? But let's bring this down to a personal level. How is all this tech impacting our daily lives?
Well, one area where we're seeing a huge shift is in finance, particularly with how Gen Z is interacting with money. Traditional banks are struggling to keep up with their expectations.
I can definitely relate to that. I remember when I first started banking, I had to physically go to a branch to deposit a check. Now I do everything on my phone. It's a completely different world for young people who have grown up with digital technology at their fingertips.
Exactly. Gen Z expects mobile-first experiences, personalized financial tools, and instant access to information. They're not afraid to ditch traditional banks for fintech startups that offer a more seamless and intuitive user experience.
And it's not just about convenience, right? This generation is also thinking differently about money. They're more focused on financial literacy, investing, and building long-term wealth.
This shift is fascinating because it's forcing financial institutions to adapt and innovate. We're seeing a rise in AI-powered financial tools that provide personalized advice, automate savings, and help young people navigate the complexities of investing.
Speaking of AI and the younger generation, I read about this cool event called AI Yard Fest at Miles College. They're introducing students to artificial intelligence and its career potential through interactive exhibits and hands-on activities. It sounds like a fun way to demystify AI and get young people excited about its possibilities.
I love that. It highlights a crucial point. AI education can't be confined to elite institutions. We need to make it accessible to everyone, regardless of their background. Events like this show how AI can be introduced in engaging and inclusive ways, inspiring the next generation of innovators and problem solvers.
All this talk about innovation in the future is exciting, but it also raises some concerns, like what about security? This article I read about the potential for hacking connected cars was a little unsettling.
Rightfully so. As our cars become more connected and reliant on software, they also become more vulnerable to cyber attacks.
Yeah.
Imagine a scenario where a hacker could remotely access a vehicle's braking system or steering control. The consequences could be devastating.
It's almost like a sci-fi movie come to life, but with real-world implications.
Exactly.
It makes you realize that cybersecurity needs to be a top priority as we embrace these advancements.
Absolutely. We need robust security measures and regulations to ensure the safety and reliability of connected technologies, whether it's our cars, our financial systems, or even our food supply chains.
So where does all of this leave us? It seems like we're on the cusp of some incredible breakthroughs, but there are also some serious challenges to consider. What do you think is the biggest takeaway for our listeners?
For me, it's about recognizing that the future is not predetermined. It's being shaped right now by the choices we make, the technologies we develop, and the values we prioritize. We all have a role to play in shaping a future that is both innovative and secure.
Well said. It's a lot to think about, but that's what makes this so fascinating. Thanks for diving into these topics with me.
It's been my pleasure. Always a great conversation.
And for our listeners who want to stay ahead of the curve in AI and tech, try Idea Data. Join thousands of professionals in AI, tech, and business from Fortune 500 companies like IBM, MetLife, Amazon, and more. Get smarter on AI, tech, and new markets with our newsletter. The link is in the show notes.